Welcome to Gas Ed. Today, we will be discussing how to build beautiful websites with Claude Code, the workflow that turns a code-first AI into a designer.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're looking at a highly structured 5-phase pipeline today. We'll be walking through the foundation SOP, the front-end skill, the visual loop, UI components, and finally, live deployment. Starting right off with Section 1, setting the foundation SOP. So this first phase is really all about establishing the core rules for your brand new AI employee. You have to think of the Claude.md file as the absolute brain of your entire project. It essentially acts as your primary system prompt. Before the AI executes any task whatsoever, it reads this markdown file kind of like a new employee checking their corporate handbook, just to ensure its actions stay perfectly aligned with your business goals. It's the standard operating procedure that keeps the AI from going totally off the rails. Because without this, you're basically hiring a genius-level worker, but giving them absolutely zero direction on what your company actually does. Now, to ground the AI even further, you literally just drop a brand assets folder right into your project workspace. By loading this up with your logo files, your exact color hex codes, and your typography rules, Claude instantly customizes its output. Without this step, you're going to get those generic, hallucinated designs that look like literally every other AI template out there. But with it, the AI explicitly shapes the design to fit your unique brand identity from the very first prompt. That right there is going to save you hours of frustrating revisions. Moving along to Section 2, the front-end design scalpel. Stepping into the second phase, we introduce a specific custom instruction that transforms the AI from just a basic coder into your actual lead designer. Look, if you've ever used AI to code a website before, you know exactly what the default result is. It's clunky, it's sterile, and it has that unmistakable, slightly awkward AI-generated vibe. But simply by globally installing the front-end design skill in your terminal, the AI actually learns modern UI and UX principles. It starts understanding proper whitespace, typography hierarchy, and padding. The contrast is seriously night and day. It completely transforms a rigid layout into a sleek, highly professional web page. So, the crucial point here is that this specific rule must be permanently written into your Claude.md file. By mandating that it must always invoke the front-end design skill before writing any front-end code, the AI remembers to act as a high-tier designer during every single session. There's no forgetting, no drifting off topic, zero exceptions. You are actively locking in that premium design capability so it just runs automatically in the background of every task you give it. Which brings us to Section 3, the autonomous visual loop. Honestly, this phase is the massive selling point for business owners. We're talking about the AI's ability to self-manage its own quality control. Here is exactly how this autonomous visual loop works. First, the AI writes the code and spins up a local server. Second, a tool called Puppeteer, which you can think of as essentially an invisible automated web browser, takes an actual visual snapshot of that local web page. Third, the AI actually looks at that screenshot, compares it to the original design specs, and autonomously fixes any mismatches. It is literally iterating on its own work using its own digital eyes. And the speed of this, it's literally incredible. Imagine finding a beautifully designed website that you want to use as your inspiration. In minute 1, you feed Claude the raw style code and a full-page screenshot of that target site. By minute 3, it is already coding and using that screenshot loop to check its own work. And by minute 5, you can literally watch this loop rapidly build a near-perfect structural clone, fully localized to your machine. It is absolutely breathtaking to watch happen in real time. Now, if you want to make this loop truly autonomous, there's a setting to bypass manual approvals. It allows the system to dangerously skip permissions. Turning this on means the loop runs without stopping to ask you for a green light every single time it executes a terminal command. It makes the build lightning fast. However, definitely treat this with managerial caution. You should absolutely still act as the creative director here, keeping a watchful eye on the process while the AI builds, just to ensure it stays on target. Next up is Section 4, sourcing premium UI components. Okay, so now we want to upgrade specific modular pieces of the website to really give it that high-end premium finish. Instead of full page cloning, a lot of times you just want a really specific shiny button, an interactive pricing card, or maybe an animated background. By going to component libraries like 21st.dev, which are essentially Lego stores for modern web code, you can grab the exact code snippet for an incredible dynamic element. You just paste that raw code right into your prompt and instruct Claude to inject it directly into your existing layout. It's that easy. Now, what's really interesting here is a critical exception to our visual loop rule. When you ask the AI to implement moving, dynamic animations, you actually have to temporarily turn off that screenshot tool. Why? Well, because the AI will take a static screenshot of, say, a moving wave or a pulsing glow. It'll think it looks wrong compared to the static code, and it will endlessly try to fix a moving target. It's exactly like a dog chasing its own tail. Disabling the screenshot loop right here prevents the AI from over-engineering your site straight into the ground.
Finally, we reach Section 5, deploying your live website.
This is the ultimate logistical phase, guys. We're taking that finished, polished code on your local machine and pushing it out to the public cloud. Here is the exact deployment pipeline we use. Step 1 is localhost, and that is strictly for private testing and iteration. Step 2 is pushing that code to GitHub, which acts as your version control and essentially your backend logistics warehouse. Finally, Step 3 links GitHub to Vercel, which acts as your final live storefront serving your beautiful new website out to a public domain.
And this brilliantly illustrates the true power of modern web hosting. By setting up this automatic sync between GitHub and Vercel, any approved change you tell your AI to push to GitHub will instantaneously update your live domain. You can test a new button locally, tell Claude to commit it, and boom, it is live on your public website literally seconds later. There is absolutely no manual server configuration required, just a seamless, professional pipeline. So just take a look at the blank canvas you have in front of you now. With a dedicated AI operating procedure, a front-end design skill, and an autonomous visual loop, the friction of web development is basically at zero. The real question is, what high ROI landing page will you build next with your very own AI designer? Just think about how rapidly you can now test new marketing ideas, spin up targeted lead magnets, or even launch entirely new business concepts. The barrier to entry has completely vanished. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.